but we had plenty of people in the pit area at Shasta giving us the updates and letting us know what was going on. But I'll tell you what, I heard there was a little bit of carnage on Saturday.
Michael
Riegelman.
Yeah, his front to the right suspension was pretty much wiped out. The frame wasn't bent.
No.
But you see some new suspension components.
Right, and Jay Lindstroth and those guys had some trouble. But I know those boys over at JBR worked really hard, and they put the car back together.
2013 All-American Speedway and the State of California champion,
and
Jay Lindstroth.
You know what I heard is that they put this car together. They worked all night to put it together, and then old Jay gets in the seat, goes out, and he's 3/10 faster than the field with some bent-up car. So
it's that traction control.
You really got to give it off to those guys over there. You know, I also heard a funny little story.
Funny haha or funny?
Oh, it was funny haha. You know, Jay Lindstroth. A lot of people only know Jay at the racetrack. You know, and doing all this. He's crazy. But you know, Jay is one of the biggest-hearted dudes I ever met. You know, he's a good guy. He really cares about the sport. He really cares about the people that are in it. And he went up to the guy that actually caused that wreck, and Jay had some choice words for him. But more, what I heard is they were words of encouragement. Jay told him, "Don't hang your head because something went wrong today. Come back tomorrow and pick it up, and let's go on." And then,
gonna happen, man.
Well, it's racing. And then he told the guy, you know, and you probably shouldn't say this right here, but Jay told that guy if he didn't come back the next day, then he was a. And I'll let you guys put your words in there.
We have children in the studio tonight. I'm going to do my best.
So you guys put your own thing in there, but you know, and that's
it rhymes with.
Yeah, and that's just Jay. That's just Jay getting in there and letting everybody know how much he really cares. So congratulations to JBR and the crew on picking up that win up there in Shasta.
Definitely, man. The accolades just keep going for JBR in 2013 with Jay Lindstroth for sure. And then the other open show other than Shasta was the Ukiah's Fall Classic. Man.
Wow.
The Fall Classic hosted, of course, the Bombers.
Yeah.
The Bombers. The Outlaws. The Pro Fours. What else was there?
They had some jammers and they had some modifieds there.
And some modifieds. Van Leer, the number 49 car, and Andy Van Leer, right?
Andy Vanderveer, yeah. He's a Stockton guy he's a Stockton racer. And he's out of Santa Rosa. But, boy, I'll tell you what. He was that Ford, and he's got that deal figured out. And I was really glad to be out there racing with
our boy
Andy.
Dave Campbell. I believe we have Dave Campbell in the studio. Why don't we have Dave Campbell? Come on, Dave. It's tequila time.
Come on in here, Dave.
Dave Campbell finishes third, man. And
Dave, you just got to come in between us.
Modified, man. First time up there in Ukiah. How was it, Ukiah, bud? Is it tequila time?
It's always tequila time.
There you go, man.
Let's get that thing poured.
I'm on it, man.
Let's do it.
I'm on it. So tell us about Ukiah and the Modified, the Merito Tequila Modified for Eclipse Racing, MTFX Graphics.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ukiah, when you look at the track, you look at it, it almost looks like a Stockton track in turns 3 and 4, but through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But, boy, I'll tell you what, when you don't have walls in the background to give judgment or anything like that, it can be a little intimidating to go use most of the track. You want to dig to the bottom. Morto!
Tonight's festivities are brought to you by
Morto Tequila.
Life, Death, Tequila.
Life, Death, Tequila.
That's right, boy.
Here we go. Jay?
Yeah, we're going to have this.
This is the juice, man.
This is really happening.
Yes,
this is happening right here.
And all the time.
Man,
that's smoothest
juice in the world.
It's almost fruity.
That's it, buddy. It's well, Dave, you know, I'd like to take the chance to talk about we obviously we have to talk about the fact that we ran into some buddies up there and we were brought up there by our buddy Eric Ray and the Bombers. He kind of talked us into a last-minute deal, and we changed the mind on the way there.
I guess we're rock stars up there. So you guys out there got the rock star treatment, I hear.
Well, you know, we had the opportunity to go to Shasta, and we were set on going. It was late Friday. I mean, it was almost 10 o'clock, if I'm correct. And we got a phone call from, you know, if you're from Roseville or Ukiah or maybe even sometimes Stockton, you might know this guy. The car driver of number 77, Eric Ray. And when you get a phone call from someone like that and says the few things that he had to say to encourage us to do the things we needed to do, you know what? You pack camp, you make changes, and sometimes, you know, it's not what you wanted, but in the long run, it's everything you needed.
Oh, rock star, man. Tour dates get canceled, then we just move on to the next day.
That's it.
Sometimes the rain.
That's
happens.
it.
We're ballers. We like baseball. Sometimes the rain falls, man. We have a rain out.
Well, sometimes it's a business decision. It's not always if we want to go out and just run with the big boys. This is a business, and a lot of people don't understand that this is a business. So when the opportunity knocks to where we can get up and go somewhere where we can run, it's a new learning experience for me. It's not like I had I've never seen the place in my life. In fact, it was kind of discouraging. It was awesome at the same time.
I heard you were dragging the left front wheel, man, in the dirt. That's actually probably,
Well, when you show your tires so many times, the guy doesn't want to lift. You sometimes take the shortest path.
We had to do what we had to do, but it was really cool. We got up there and we met up with our buddies Eric and Matt, and we had a lot of fun. But we went out on the racetrack, and it was really cool for me as a team owner. The first time ever racing the modified car there. And only the second time I'd ever seen the track in my life. It was cool to take my rookie and my race car and put it right at the top of the board, right out of the trailer. That kind of makes me like a proud daddy. My car and my driver, they're all working together, and it was really cool. But I'll tell you one thing, I did know what it felt like 20 minutes after they seen us at the top of the board in that first session. I do know what the ugly duckling feels like in the pond. I can tell you that, buddy.
Danny Free really puts on a good show, man. You guys, Speedway and Lakeport together, man.
Yeah.
A great experience.
Yeah, it was nothing. I mean, those guys were great. The track promoters, it reminded me a lot of Carol and Tony Nassetti. They knew we were there, and they were glad that we were there. And we got to meet all of Dave's family. His wife and his daughter, who was actually driving double duty.
A representative from Maritos Tequila and him.
Go way back. They go way back.
Quite ironic, man. The circles, the tides that bind, and the links in the chain, and we race around in circles, and we are linked. The souls are linked. That's where.
So you know why we didn't win in Ukiah, right?
I don't know why.
The reason we didn't win in Ukiah is because my driver and I couldn't agree on who was keeping the trophy.
They present the winner with a beautiful eagle.
Yeah, that was a wild.
That was great. Favorite trophies.
It was going to be duct taped to my truck all the way home. Make note. It was going to happen.
All right, well then this weekend, our plans changed.
Wow, dude!
But now this weekend it has come to pass, and we have the All-American Speedway in Roseville, California, is going to host the Pumpkin Smash.
Yeah.
Dave, what is a Pumpkin Smash? As a modified driver.
Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like.
Squish and squash.
It's cool because it brings the community together. You get a lot of the kids come out to the track. That's what we aim for. If the kids can come to the track, you bring the parents. It's a memorable thing.
The children drive the market.
And they remember that.
Yes, sir.
So what it really is basically they line all the outside fence up against the outside wall, I should say, up against the fence, and they take a bunch of pumpkins. They invite all the kids to the track. The kids get to go out there and smash the pumpkins on the track.
Yeah.
There you go.
Smashing Pumpkins. Isn't that
Dave,
a rock band?
Yeah, that's Smashing Pumpkins, bro.
Smashing Pumpkins.
So Dave,
said, right?
Can we?
What'd I say?
Almost.
Let's talk a little bit to the. Let's talk a little bit to the viewing public here and let them know that Team Eclipse. We had plans this weekend.
Yeah, we had kind of really high plans.
Yeah,
that was another factor of the whole Ukiah thing.
Right.
Maybe we need to be safe and bring a car home. Not only that, we can bring in more money, which we did accomplish if we let that out.
Right.
Which we got 20 minutes after the race was over. So if any other promoters are out there watching, take note.
Yeah.
Take note.
So we had some pretty high plans. We were going to do some late model stuff, and we were going to do some modified stuff down at Kern County. We couldn't
Kern County, man, it's on tap for this weekend. It's the Can-Am Pro Series race. They'll have late models and some modifieds, but the modified division, we were ended up having to pull motors out.
Yeah, it was going to be a little bit different, but
2,600 pounds.
Yeah, they're
2,600 pounds. I'm going to put some rocks in my pockets. We can put some lead in my
2620.
Their rules are a little bit out of our league, and
so
let's leave it at that.
You think they would hope that they would accommodate us.
Right.
We're going to bring a couple cars.
Right. We were going to bring a garage full, but that's in the past. You know why it's in the past?
We're going to go pumpkin smash.
Because
we're going racing in Roseville.
because my guys decided late last night that they wanted to go pumpkin smash derby racing. So guess what's sitting in front of the shop?
Smash.
In the shop, bro, we got us a Ranchero. We got a Ranchero ready to go.
A race Chero.
Yeah, it's a race Chero. That's a race Chero. So here we got, guess who we got here? These two boys right here are going to be the Pumpkin Smash Derby boys.
Enduro event. That's what Pumpkin Smash is. They're going to race 100 laps one direction, Then 100 laps the other direction?
No,
they're not going to run the other direction. It's going to be all one direction, 100 laps at a time. So, you boys better.
Terry Steele, man, and Dave Campbell.
Yeah, you better watch out. But I'd really like to thank these guys for being part of our show, and thank you guys for all that you've done for me in the past, and you continue to do for me. But we need to talk about the other half of that Pumpkin Smash Derby now.
It's an F4.
Yeah, to do that, let's. We got Dane Lyon here from H&L Towing.
Dane Lyon, where?
Let's get Dane in here.
Give him some love.
Thank you very much, Dave, for coming on.
Here comes Dane himself.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Jason. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Mr. Dane Lyon? Dane, you just heard us talking a little bit about the Pumpkin Smash Derby and the fact that Eclipse Racing now has a pretty cool looking Ranchero out front.
I saw that out
yeah, it's a pretty cool looking deal. But enlighten everybody about the other part of that deal, where you're trying to build that F4 division, and you've been kind of the pioneer in that deal. But kind of let us know a little bit about what's going on at the racetrack this weekend.
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't been the pioneer. I've kind of taken over a little bit, getting some things going.
There you go, bud.
And I figured that no F4 has ever run the Pumpkin Smash Enduro. We started the season with only 4 cars. We finished with a 14 car count. We're going to get about half those cars to come out and run on the soapy wet track with pumpkins, which should be interesting for a lot of us drivers out there.
It's going to be
front wheel drive be a whole lot different than that big old beast Ranchero.
Right, yeah.
Coming into turn 4 on
boy,
I would not want to be in a F4 versus a full-bodied Ford.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. And I've heard, Dane, I don't know, you guys have maybe put up a little sponsorship for this race?
Yeah, we have trying to get some people out there. We are going to do a $200 payout for it.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Put that yet, but we're going to put that up.
Well, that's pretty cool that you're doing that for our sport. But now, Dane, there's another deal. I know that you guys are really trying to make this F4 work, and I know you love the racetrack as much as us. But can you kind of give us a quick little summary of something that's going to be happening real soon here in November?
Yes, we came out there originally as a towing out there, but this has become a family to us. And
you actually sit in the same section as me.
Yeah.
And really, I'm surprised that I haven't ran you guys off. They just try to compete and cheer louder.
Yeah.
But it's great to guys have you in my little F section.
We kind of compete out there a little bit.
He's a sponsor of Richard Perez, number 50 bomber.
Yeah.
And MTFX Graphics is a proud sponsor of number 77, their championship, Eric Race bomber.
And
they're buddies. I'm sure glad we're buddies.
They go at it pretty much every single race, but they are buddies, so it is good to watch.
Definitely.
But it's become a family out there. This racetrack has become very important to us, and so what we've decided to do, because of all the budget cuts that the county and the states have done, we put together a fundraiser November 23rd from 5 o'clock to 11. We are going to put together a Texas Hold'em tournament.
Texas Hold'em, man. It's a poker tournament. I don't know how to poker.
I don't either, but I actually almost won a tournament last weekend. So
really?
Wow.
Yeah, but I couldn't.
Mark,
if I was bluffing, you'd
all know, right?
If I had a full house, bro, I could not. I need to play with my sunglasses. I'm sorry, we were playing Rich Petty here.
So, anyway, yeah.
So what we'd really like to get is we're going to have a raffle out there. So if the race cars, the sponsors can donate some stuff for the raffle. We're looking for some table sponsors, which is a really good deal. You'll get $250 for a table sponsor. You'll get 2 tournament buy-ins, a couple free drinks. You'll get your name mentioned throughout the tournament on the PowerPoint.
And when is this? Where's it going to be held at?
It's going to be held at All American Speedway.
I believe that's what Lindsay told us was Jones Hall.
November 23rd.
November 23rd, the All American Speedway, man. The poker tournament, Save Our Track Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty cool deal. One thing that Dane had come and talked to me about, and we're kind of looking at. Maybe you guys can post a little something on our Facebook, but we want to know if you were to go play Texas Hold'em with anybody at Roseville or All-American Speedway, who would you want to take out the most? Who, if you could take all their chips at the end of the day, would you feel good because you did that? Kind of let us know, because Dana had thought about offering a little bounty at one point to see if we could get that person out.
Well, I've got a couple people I'd like to see out there. They're pretty much in the official category, to be honest.
Hey, easy on us guys that wear white shirts every now and then.
But what we're going to do is we're going to offer, if we bring some officials that said they'd come out, and they're going to be on the table. If you happen to be on that table and you're the one that takes them out, there'll probably be like a $25 or $50 gift card for taking them out as a bonus.
Just the officials or the workers, all of the workers involved, like Jerry and John and those guys?
There'll be probably 4 or 5 people designated.
Really cool.
They haven't all been designated.
Is it tequila time?
It is. It's always tequila time. We're tequila time.
All right, guys.
Life, death, tequila.
That is good.
Boy, that's amazing stuff. I say that every time we have it, Mark, like it's going to change when, like it's going to change when it comes out of the bottle. So. I never in my life had any good tequila or a shot of tequila until I met Dave Hansen and the guys over at Morto and Ralph, and they're great guys. But that juice, boy, it can get you in trouble.
Well, good luck this weekend with the Pumpkin Smash for our Eclipse Racing for sure. They're race.
Yeah, they're racing the race Chero. They're going to call it, I guess.
And the Towing Fords out there for the Pumpkin Smash Day.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, thanks for being a part
on the
high side.
As well. Nice having you.
Thank you very much, Dane. All right,
And you're back on the high side with Racing Jason
and Marky T.
All right, man. We touched upon the open shows up in Shasta and Ukiah, but I didn't get to talk to my driver, man. Like I say, when I have a chance to put my sticker on a car, and it's all about winning races, Jason.
Yeah, right? It is. For you, it's all about, and you're part of the business, and what we try to do for you, it's all about winning your races and getting in the front.
Well, exposure.
Yeah, it's all about exposure, and that's what this is all about. This whole thing.
Having the announcers say your company's name, and having you say your driver, and having the fans cheer for you, man. I can't imagine putting my sticker on any better driver.
We got the chance to watch him race on Friday night
up in
Ukiah and Saturday night.
Him who?
That Eric Ray, boy, he can drive the wheels off that race
champion
car.
Eric Ray, come on in here, Eric.
Come on in, Eric.
Here he comes, man. Oh man, I think it's tequila time again.
Is it tequila time, Eric?
Always. I love you guys. You make me feel like I'm a superstar.
Eric Ray, man, 2013 All-American Speedway Bomber champion. Tell us a little about that, Eric. It's how many years in the making? How'd that all come about?
Well, it's been about 7 years we've been racing.
7's a good number.
7 is a great number. We finished the bridesmaid runner-up about 3 times.
We got kicked out once, man. We chased another driver through the infield back and forth and played derby cars with them. We both were suspended for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that was one of my. That was when I learned to. I turned around and changed my attitude and everything.
Eric, I've only known you a short time, but I've got to work with you, and it's a lot of fun. But you said something to me this weekend that kind of lives Eclipse's motto, and even the other people that we're teamed up with, and it really gave me a whole new perspective of Eric Ray. Let's have a shot of this tequila first. Atta boy.
Eric, drink your guys.
Oh, you want another? No.
Sure? Eric told me that what he kind of attributes some of his recent success to is the fact that when somebody asks him for something now, he gives it. He said he's standing there giving away the trailer before. So
yeah, not only giving it away, but what I would like to see more in our sport is somebody comes up and asks you for something. If you're good on your car and everything, don't only give it to them. Go and help them put it on. See what you can do to help them get faster and better our competition.
Yeah, so it was really cool. We got to watch you and your buddy up there, and
Matt Manolis.
Matt Manolis in that big Ford. Wow! But the first night, Mark, you got the second night. The first night, it took Eric all the way up to 5 laps to go before he got around that number 21 Ford, and the hood was flying off. They got the fastest graphics in the West, my friend. The fastest graphics in the West.
On the car.
So Eric, talk to us a little bit about about who makes you what drives you to be a race car driver and to be the best. Kind of talk to us a little bit.
It's in your blood. I love going out and competing, and it's just a really good time. All the people that I get to be around and meet, and they've all become family to me.
Camera's right there, a little blue light.
Do I have to look at it though?
Your fans are watching. Bud.
Your fans are watching.
We had a competition today to see who was tuning into what.
Yeah, and
it was Jason's idea, and I think you won.
I don't know
that I win for that.
I don't know.
The fact
winning.
you get to ride bitch.
That's right, buddy.
You're right in the middle. Jay's driving.
So yeah, it's just the whole. And in a whole, the family and the good people that...
Family, man, your brother Rick, man. Rick, the underdog and Abel, man, raced the modified in division, all American Speedway.
Yeah, he's raced them all except the late models.
Right.
And Uncle Gene, man, I know your Uncle Gene and your children, man, your 3 kids, they really enjoy watching you race.
Yeah, God's really blessed me with some wonderful children and
Erica,
good people
Billy,
in my
and
life.
Hannah Ray.
Yeah.
They got a good dog. His name's Digger. Digger Ray. Digger.
We're looking to get them into something going on here, real soon. We were talking about doing it this year. We carried over another season. And so it's kind of like next year.
I know, but we like watching you win.
We got to try and figure it out. We got to get this.
Well, Billy's got to reach the pedal, or Erica's got to at least be able to see over the dashboard.
Right. They don't want me to get rid of the car because they want to sell the car or race the car.
I feel the vibration.
That was my phone.
Is that my right front?
Yeah, that's your right front wibbling a little bit. So. Well, Eric, thank you very much for thank you very much for inviting us to Ukiah. I mean, that was really cool. I know you bugged me right up until 10 o'clock on Friday night when I finally said, Eric, we'll be there. But it was a lot of fun to go up there, and it's kind of strange if I had to kind of be the outsider here. I'm thinking to myself, Eric says he's like a god up there. Everybody loves him, right? He's a rock star. I went into pit the wrong way. I drove in the wrong gate, and you know what I told them? They're all ready to yell at me. I said, I'm here with Eric Ray, invited me up. They said, your parking spot's right over there. It was pretty cool. They put me right in my parking.
I love all them people up there in the
Lake County.
And Ukiah up there. They're just great people. They take care of their racers.
You know who else comes from Lake County?
Derek Thorne.
Who?
This guy, Derek Thorne. I really don't know who he is.
Derek Thorne?
I haven't raced against him yet.
Oh, we got a chance here soon.
Yeah.
I think Sable's up there, too.
Yeah.
The Sable boys.
They do have a problem. It's not just in Lake County and with Ukiah. It's just with all of our racetracks. There's a lot of negativity going on that I would really like everybody watching, everybody that's here with us to help change that and be positive out for our tracks and only spread positive.
Well, that's part of our little mantra, is our little mission statement. It's doing it on the high side. Try to keep the Lord present in everything that we do, and try to keep it on the high side. We're all God's creatures. We're all a bunch of stinky sheep, and we're going to make mistakes. We're going to ask for forgiveness. A bigger man's going to take you aside and have a little walk with you, have a little conversation, private, nobody else's business, and be able to work through whatever issues might arise.
But in the end, we're all family and we all share the same passion.
Right. Not necessarily want to hang out with you.
We really, if they want to hang out with me or not, I'm going to try and be the best I can, and
right.
I'm going to try and help everyone I can. And
and that's one of the reasons. That's one of the big reasons that Team Eclipse has teamed up with Ray Motorsports. And I standing up there on the fence line with Gene while you guys are racing, and he's like, "Man, you got to get these things crossed up." I said, "Gene, we can be all right." He said, "No, we're going to run out of fuel. We've done this before."
We were almost out.
Yeah.
Almost out.
And Gene knew, because when Eric came back in there, he stuck his finger in there, and there wasn't even a half inch of fuel in that car. So we were close to losing.
It was close.
So.
But yeah, I want to be able to have my kids able to go out and race All American Speedway and all the tracks around. And so we just need to be positive and support our promoters and try to work with them instead of bringing them down.
Well, they had a town hall meeting now in Watsonville about the Ocean Speedway. That one neighbor that was complaining, they came out in droves, and the racing community was heard. As far as I understand, we have 3 more years at the Watsonville County Fairgrounds and the Ocean Speedway. I was able to attend the Johnny Key Memorial, one very, very race near and dear to my heart, sprint car race, big race from San Jose's history. So have the Ocean Speedway host that for another 3 years, man. Thanks for coming out, race community and our racing family. Greatly appreciate your support.
I just think that sometimes that we may be misunderstood. You think of the racers and you think of just old muscle car guys, and people don't really understand. I don't think we're kind of misunderstood. And I think, like you say, if we can get them involved and we can all be positive, I think we can start turning these local short tracks around.
Right, we just need to get the people coming back that's already involved and help each other out and just be positive, and so people don't get bad taste in their mouth when they actually come out and watch.
Yeah.
So they got a good show going on out there, and we get out there and we rub our cars, we race hard and we make contact, and at the end we get out and we high five each other because it was a good show.
That was, like I say, years ago when I came up here to reestablish my client base. I thought there was something going on with all the 50 cars. There was Gary Glenn in the 50 late model. There was Jared Bedell in the 50 modified. There was Christopher Lambert in the 50 street stock. I thought I wanted to be part of your buddy Richard Perez's end result, the 50 bomber, but I never really could do and muster a relationship with Richard. Instead, I got a relationship with you, man, and I couldn't possibly imagine a better representative of my company. Eric Rayman, 2013 All-American Speedway bomber champion.
Yeah, you're part of my family now, and our friendship's going to go well beyond the racetrack. I can see that. So.
Yeah. Well, Eric, we'd really like to thank you for being here and being a part of our show. We know that you have the same values and same ideas that we do to save racing. And
he will hawk the farm. He will go racing and spend his last dime. Anticipate.
We just tried to.
Don't be shy.
Set our goals just to go out and have fun and race.
And make enough money to pay the rent the next month.
It was pretty fun. We have a fun little story here. What kind of brought Eric into the shop, other than his relationship with Mark, was that little sponsorship on the quarter panel of your car. That was pretty cool stuff.
No, it was because of me. I did a bomber for my buddy Patrick and put Authority Heating and Air. Patrick from my buddy Phil Wilkinson, and but there's so much competition within our team. I mean, we compete for everything, golfing and everything else that we do together. Paintball here coming up soon, and that Terry Deal wasn't okay with having Authority Heating and Air bomber.
He wasn't. Terry was not okay with that.
He needed to be on have representation.
I was a beneficiary of that. And that was pretty cool. I used to come to you guys and get tires all the time.
Yeah.
What you don't know is that I would get tires, honestly, and I would give them to all my buddies that were less fortunate that didn't.
Right.
He was selling them and making a profit. He was flipping them. He was flipping. He was flipping takeoffs.
I used a few of them tires.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Tired. But I made sure that everybody who needed something to get out there and race had it as much as I could do.
Yeah, that's cool. And thank you very much for all your dedication and hard work in our sport. And
congratulations on your 2013
Yeah, congratulations.
We're going to go party at the banquet in January, the All-American Speedway.
Yeah.
Eric Ray, man. That's what we came
Eric.
for.
Thank you.
And go and tell them you're on the high side.
Yeah, you're on the high side with Marky T and Racing Jason.
And I'm Eric Ray.
There you go. All right, well, on tap for this weekend will be the Kern County Can-Am Pro Series race. We mentioned that as well. And then I am going to there's something that happens in Stockton, man. I say I'm all about the children. I watch quarter midget racing in the mini cups. I also enjoy watching the kids, their transition from quarter midgets to the micros.
Yeah, I've you've kind of enlightened me a little bit. As you know, I coached a kid, little Jacob Webb, and his quarter midget and stuff going up through, and it was kind of fun. I had a hard problem with the dads more than I did the racing, but it's really cool to watch these kids come from basically nowhere. You know what I mean?
Well, Shane Goldick, Cody Thompson, Matt Peterson. We're all graduates from the quarter midgets.
Dylan Hutchinson, they're all
to the micros,
right?
The micros. So definitely two young children making their step into the micros this year was my little buddy Hunter Griffin.
Yeah.
And Morgan McFarlane, little baby girl, man.
That pink car. I remember when you showed us that pink graphics in the shop that day. It was pretty cool.
And somebody else, man, that comes all the way from Australia. We're gonna have Danny Carroll. Danny Carroll, come on out, Danny Carroll.
Come on up in here and talk to us, Danny.
Danny Carroll. Here comes Danny. And then step back. Danny, I love your choice of T-shirt, brother. I am a Kyle Larson fan myself.
Yeah, I love Kyle Larson.
So, Danny, where are you from?
From Geelong, Australia. So,
Geelong, Australia.
Yeah.
Over the other side of the world.
How long does it take on the air flight here? How long?
It's like 13 or 14 hours or so.
Oh, man, I would need to stop. I don't do very well on the airplane. So, and unfortunately, first time I ever flew, man, was the morning that Alan Kwiatkowski died.
Yeah.
And you never see me walk so slow to catch a plane. I missed 2 flights in LAX. The first time I ever flew, bro. I didn't know how I was getting home. Anyways, Danny, man, I the other Saturday, I was had a weekend off. I went to a wedding down in Fresno. But on the way home, I stopped by Delta Speedway. It was a last final race of the season for the multi-division, Delta Speedway, and you pulled off a win.
Yeah, we pulled off our first win in the multi, which is about our 4th or 5th race.
And it was chasing my buddy Greg Christensen, 2013 Dixon Speedway MTFX Graphics Sinister Racing multi-championship.
Yeah, it was a tough track, and Craig was driving really well as well. So
he was on you, bro, but he wasn't. You maintained that gap. So if you watch my videos, he wasn't pulling on you. Yeah. You were maintaining your distance.
I was just keeping my head down and just hit my line every lap and just staying in front.
That's a good driver right there.
So you would you back in Australia?
What did I do?
Where'd you race there?
I haven't raced in Australia in 2 years because the micro you have to be 16 to race them. So 2 years ago I raced quarter midgets and we won 4 Australian titles in a row and 3 championships, 2 Victorian titles, and we basically just dominated the quarter midgets.
Then you came out here in America. What'd you do out here?
We came out in 2009 for the Dirt Grands in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Indiana, man, the home of sprint car racing and quarter midgets.
Yeah.
I was 11 years old and I was racing the Light 160.
Light 160 is one of my favorite classes, bro.
Yeah,
they get wound up, and you have to have some skill set to drive those cars.
Yeah, they're great. There was like 150 cars or so, and we ended up finishing 26th.
Wow.
Out of that,
Hey, first time ever in Terre Haute.
Yeah.
Where is Indiana? I heard they grow the corn really tall there.
Yeah, there's a lot of corn out there. And then in 2010, we came out and ran here at Rio Linda for the Dirt Grands.
Rio Linda, California, man, Capital Quarter Midget Association. There was another famous driver that started, a lot of famous drivers started Capital Quarter Midgets. Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, that's right. And
Brian Clausen, Shauna Hope, and the McMahon brothers.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And
that's good company, bro.
They're the best in the business, bro.
We ran 2 classes, Senior Honda and Light 160. And
2 of the most difficult classes in quarter midget racing. If anybody knows, Senior Honda is always a battle fest, and Light 160 is the show. Whenever I get a chance to quarter midget racing, that's what I came for, man. The Light 160 and the Senior Honda.
Right.
Yeah, and we qualified both things really well, so that put us in the A main. We started 4th in the Senior Honda because it was inverted, and I got to the lead by the 2nd lap, and we just checked out and lapped half the field. And then the Light 160s, we started off the rear because it was inverted again, and Will Martin decided to take a tumble into me roll cage, and he's a good buddy of mine. We ended up going back to the rear again, and we drove all the way up to 2nd by half a car length we missed out on, so should have done the bump and run, but
that's right. But they knew
you were there.
Yeah, we came to race. We don't.
You know what? Say, I have to admire that hat, that ball cap. You know what you wear on TV and you present yourself, and you say the Carl Lester T-shirt. But on top of that, man, I love your ball cap.
Yeah, don't mind the Giants.
San Francisco, California, the city by the bay, is the birthplace of MTFX Graphics Marcinowski. Those are my 49ers, those are my Giants, and that is my bridge to them.
So, Danny, I know you're a young driver, new to our sport, and you're doing great stuff on the dirt thing, but if there was one thing that you wanted everybody to know about what you're trying to do or who you want to be someday, and you had this one chance to tell them one important thing about you or about what makes you go racing every week, what would it be?
I just want to take all the people that helped me and myself to the top. We're planning to go to sprint cars. That's the main dream right now, but we're hoping to test a car in a few weeks.
Really? Where?
So, we don't know yet. We're going to go meet the guy next week. He's a great guy. He's willing to help me out. And Mike Mobley, so he's a real cool guy. And,
we know Mike.
Yeah.
And he's willing to give me a test drive in and see how we go. And if that doesn't help out, we'll probably try and get our own car next year.
Well, last week on the show we had EJ Dolner. He's a sprint car owner, and he's always looking for some young talent to his car, man. So I know EJ has a couple surgeries coming up, but come next year, man, if he brings that car out to Marysville and he has a test session for our young drivers, I will definitely name drop and give EJ your name, boy.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be just so cool.
Sure, you're gonna reach the pedals? You gotta bring you some phone books.
Yeah, probably a few phone books, and yeah.
Well, Danny, thank you very much for being a part of our show. We really enjoy it.
Good luck this weekend. I will be MTFX will be in attendance Saturday afternoon and Saturday night to record the 2013 Turkey Bowl, Delta Speedway, Stockton, California.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. So
for sure, bud. Thanks for coming on. Go ahead and tell the camera where you're at.
We're on the high side with Racing Jason and Mark Tanowski.
Yeah.
Danny Carroll, man, Danny Carroll. Good luck to Danny this weekend.
It's really great, Mark, to see these young guys and being successful and chasing their dreams all the way around the country. We know another guy that's done that. We actually have one planning on being in the shop here a little bit more next year. So it's cool to see what's going on. And like today, I'm not dressed like I normally am, but we're helping these young kids become something. And I was fortunate enough to take my driver and go over to All American Speedway a little bit and rent a track over there and put some laps on a late model car with Sheldon Dininger and the team. So we've got some big things coming for these young kids, and I hope it keeps going the right way.
I talked to Sheldon afterwards. He said he got about 30 laps, and he ran about a 14.0, and a qualifying run there's about a 13.8. So, right? That's
he was pretty good. He was definitely in the ballpark. So, we just got to keep these young kids involved. Eric's got some young kids, and we just got to get these young kids to the plate. You know what I mean? We got to give them the chance to do what they're trying to do.
We're definitely on tap this weekend on the Turkey Bowl. I will have the number 27 car, Ron Singh, represent MTFX Graphics. I also have my buddy Greg Christian in the multi-division, Dixon Speedway champion, represent my company. My nephew Paul Alatori in a wingless car, wingless 600 as well. And my little buddy Hunter Griffin. I know he likes duck hunting. He'd probably rather be out there deer hunting or buck hunting.
Right.
Or duck
well,
hunting.
you know, he'd probably be a perfect candidate for our Duck Commander car. You know, he's a pretty cool little guy.
Definitely. Congratulations, to the Outlaw. Number 44, Sean Sweeney, up there in the Ukiah. I want to make sure I get the Hopkins. James Stillman.
Yeah.
Hoppy Jr. with a fifth place finish. And then, what else? Are we done?
You know, let's kind of go on. You know, we're trying to get a little interaction on our show, you know, and I made some phone calls today.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. There is more this week, though.
And that's next week.
It's
but,
next
you know,
week,
we're kind of a little early here, but let's put it out there just to see how many people are paying attention to what's going on.
Well, my son and I got a chance to drive a micro at Dixon Speedway, and we might get a chance to drive it again on November 2nd. But if we don't, there's something else going on November 2nd in Stockton, California.
Why don't you go ahead and kind of tell our listeners a little bit about what's going on while I try to get the main man himself on the phone.
We started the season off doing a lot of dirt racing and getting a chance to go down to Stockton dirt racing and watch the World of Outlaw race, and Kyle Larson, Tim Kading, and Tony Stewart thing. And we're probably going to end the season, if my son and I don't go racing, we're going to be here for a King of the West race. 410 sprint cars. You haven't seen these guys, man. They're going to come out in droves. It's going to be everyone from everywhere in the state of California.
Can you hear that ringing in your ear? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Gary.
Hey, what's going on?
You're live on the high side with Racing Jason and Marky T. Gary,
how are you guys doing?
We're kind of talking a little bit to the viewing public here about what's going to be happening on November 2nd at the all-exciting Stockton 99 Dirt Track.
Yeah, we're really excited for it. Going to be a lot of things on tap during the day. It's kind of an all-day deal, starting at noon with a car show and a live band out front, right behind the grandstands, and then later that night, some great wing sprint car racing, 410s, 360s, and a little fireworks show to kind of conclude the night. So it's going to be one of those things, kind of a happening, I guess you could sort of call it.
Yeah, well, you know, dirt track guys love that kind of stuff, and we're really excited to see what Tony's been able to do down there. Mark and I were both in attendance for the World Outlaws race when it first started down there. I did some officiating stuff on another dirt late model show that Tony did down there, and you know, we love Tony here at On the High Side, and Carol, they do some great stuff, but we're really excited to see what he's doing with that dirt track.
Yeah, he's got a lot of great plans, you know, for next year. I know there's going to be kind of a special events track, but a lot of big events, and had a lot of fun there at the Outlaw Show, and also our King of the West show in August was a fun time, and it's just a unique facility. You know, you don't see that anywhere else in California, and Tony and Carol, like I say, are just hardworking people, and you know, Tony's a promoter, not just a race operator. I think that's the best way to describe him. I mean, he's been beating the pavement the last couple of weeks, and got commercials playing on TV, and we have another, possibly a Good Day Sacramento skit planned for maybe Saturday morning of the race. So a lot of great things happening there.
Well, yeah, the Stockton 99 Dirt Track definitely, Gary, reminds me of my home track in San Jose, Fairgrounds Speedway. To have a beautiful Fairgrounds facility host a race like that, man, I couldn't imagine a nice facility in the Central Valley.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, it could sustain a big crowd like we saw at the Outlaws, kind of an overflowing crowd.
Wow, it was quite a crowd there.
That was incredible.
I bought a pit pass and a grandstands pass because I wanted to make sure I had a place to sit and have access back and forth. I spared no expense at the beginning of the season to make sure that I had the access that I needed to. So hopefully this weekend, man, we're kind of media journalists this weekend. We'd love to get some more access to your pit area and your drivers.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, it should be a big car count with both the 360s and 410s. There's been a lot of interest from people. We got guys like Rico Abreu and Tim Kading and Sean Becker all doing double duty, so they'll be in both classes.
Wow.
Sheldon Hoddenshield's coming out to drive for Brian Sperry like he did Trophy Cup, but he also had a 410 in the car, so excited to have Sheldon race with us in the 410, and Kyle Hurst looking to wrap up the championship. So it's going to be a big night, and I know there's a lot of people coming, and if we can get half the crowd that's at the Outlaws, I'd be happy.
We'll definitely do our part, man, to our fan base here at on the High Side to spread the word on November 2nd, man, the King of the West Series, the Stockton 99 Dirt Track. I also, you know, Gary, you're going to do something special for our fans as well?
Is that what Tony's saying? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to do something special right here on the High Side, and we'd like you to give us a little. Why don't you give us a mystery word, or tell the fans what they have to put on our Facebook page? If they go to our Facebook page and they put a comment on with this mystery word that you give us, Terry, Gary, that Tony has offered us 2 family 4-packs to the November 2nd King of the West race.
That's a pretty cool little package there. So a mystery word. That's a tough one.
Yeah, come up with one word that maybe describes Stockton.
Or a number.
Or a number or something.
A number. I mean, your favorite number, like 1 to 20 or something like that.
Right.
2 numbers.
I could think of some numbers. Let me come up with something good here. Something easy and hard, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna go number maybe 24, maybe for maybe Rico Abreu's number.
Yeah, Rico.
All right.
Might be a good one.
Any other number?
Any other number? Let me think. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Maybe 83, because we'll have a lot of 83s in the field.
Man.
We hope to get that part of 83, man, but we will definitely post some kind of contest on our Facebook and on the high side to make sure we can award the number 24th person that maybe puts KWS.
KWS, yeah, let's go with that.
West?
Yeah, for King of the West Series. The 24th person that puts KWS on a comment on the High Side Facebook page.
And we hit 505 friends before we started the show, so we could easily get to 83.
And let's go ahead with the 83, the 83rd person that puts it out there.
That's a little hopeful. If we don't get to 83, we'll change it to 38.
Well, maybe we'll change. But Gary, we would love to thank you for being part of this on our show today, and we look forward to seeing you on November 2nd.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. I'm looking forward to it. And, tell a friend about the show, November 2nd, Stockton Dirt Track. We'll be there.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you guys too.
All right, Gary, thanks. Wow. A little bit of feedback, but it's okay, man. Let's say our 3rd show now, we are getting all the bugs worked out.
And we are getting a little feedback through this.
Are you? You touch the microphone, you get shocked.
I did already. That made it better right there. So, that November 2nd thing, that's going to be a lot of fun, Going down there and working with Tony at that track was pretty amazing. It was a pretty cool thing.
A little side note segment we've actually put on here was on the DVR.
Yeah, on the DVR. What did you watch on the DVR this week?
I watched the Topless 100.
Dude,
I saw Topless, and I thought I was thinking something else.
You and every other pervert in the country, Mark. You and every other pervert.
What the hell is the Topless 100?
Well, here it is. The Topless 100 is one of the largest purse races in the World of Outlaws Dirt Late Model Series,
But late models have roofs.
No, not at the Topless 100. They don't have roofs, Mark. They get rid of them. No. Put your top back on. Wrong
Where's
deal.
Tommy Hall?
Yeah, so it's a really cool race every year. Scott Bloomquist has won that deal quite a few times. I know another guy that's won it once or twice, but it's really cool, and that a lot of that money goes to a charity through that thing. And
yeah, what it was some tracks had different rules. Some race with the modified tier, some race with the roof, some race without, and then the consensus was we'll just put the roofs on, and then only once a year have this one big race.
Right.
And put a big purse out there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, Scott's pretty good at that stuff, and Tony Stewart did something kind of like that when he first walked into Eldora. But we're just kind of excited that kind of stuff is making TV again, because again, it gives that a little bit more chance to get the local viewing public in touch with things they can't see right here in their hometown.
Yeah, then I DVR'd the truck race, man, because one of my favorite things is watch the truck race, man, and just the carnage alone.
I was gonna say, if you had one word to describe that, what would it be?
What Miguel Paludo thinking?
Wow!
I mentioned I had lunch with you, and you said,
"Wow, does he ever think?" I mean, that was pretty crazy stuff right there. And what about that ride Dylan took? Whoa!
And then Paludo's upside on his lid on his roof, sliding for the most of the spark show that I've ever seen.
Crazy.
And then Sauter ended up all by himself.
Yeah, but you know Sauter's truck chief, right? No. Sauter's truck chief is now Ty Joyner. I got the chance to work with Ty on the Napa stuff over at Bill McAnally Racing a couple times. Ty's a pretty smart guy, and I'm glad to see that he's found something.
Well, he crafted it up backwards across the line.
Yeah,
backwards.
Stuff was going crazy. So
then this weekend, the Can-Am Pro Race, First Series race, number 99 BMR Peak Performance car.
Yeah, the Peak Performance car is going to be back in action. I'm gonna join the BMR team, and we're gonna go down there and see what we can kind of do for them. And we're going to do what we can and see who we can.
Can we take a caller on my phone?
Who do we have?
I got Mr. Whitey Butler.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Are we playing off the cuff, Mr. Whitey Butler? How you doing, sir?
Well,
are you on the show?
Here, hold on. We're going to plug you in. Mr. Butler, you'll be on the show.
Take speakerphone off.
Can you hear us, Mr. Butler?
Right now.
I can hear him on my phone. Mr. Butler, are you Whitey Butler?
What's that?
Hey, can you hear me, sir?
Mr. Butler, can you hear us?
Mark?
Yeah, he's there.
He's there. He's pretty
hear
faint.
him.
He's pretty faint.
Why don't you go ahead and dial this phone number back with your phone, and we'll just plug it back in. Mr. Butler's kind of a private person. We don't want to put him on Front Street. Mr. Butler, here. Oh, sorry.
I can't see. Go ahead.
Mr. Butler, hang up your phone. We're going to call you back on our phone.
There we go. I can hear him now. How about you?
Hello.
Whitey Butler, you're on the high side with Racing Jason.
Oh,
And Marky T.
How you guys doing, man?
Doing fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I thought I'd look at your show and see what it's all about.
All right. Well, tell us, Mr. Butler, what do you think of our show?
I like it so far here. It looks pretty good. It's the first time I've got to, really get it on the internet and check it out.
I know you're a big supporter of all the racing that we do, man. In Northern California, man, we're just doing our part as well.
Well, actually, I was calling you. I didn't know that it was going to be on here, but I was calling you to see what it takes to be one of your sponsors.
Well, Mr. Butler, we thank you very much for that, and Mark and I would love to talk to you to see what you could do to help us keep our show going and get our word out there for everybody to see. We know you're a big supporter of the racetracks and racing around here, so whatever we can do to help you, help us, that would be great.
Yeah, anytime. If you guys can just give me a call, and I'd like to be one of your sponsors.
I would love an opportunity to share this marketing venture with you, sir.
All right. Well, Mr. Butler, thank you very much for tuning in to On the High Side, and we thank you for calling us.
All right. I'd like to talk to you again soon. Thank you.
All right, well, thanks.
Wow, what a surprise from Mr. Butler.
On the prompt, on the fly?
Yeah.
Can we do it again? Can we do it again?
No, we're not.
Come on, let's do it again.
No,
I got someone I want to call.
Well, we all got somebody we want to call. I know another young man that's waiting for a call from us if we wanted to talk to him. Another Australian is available, has kept himself available to kind of chat with us a minute.
Get my chain?
No, I think I can get him on the line.
I can call his mom.
Are you betting that I can't get him on the line?
I don't bet. No, not that one.
Here, let me get him on the line.
We're going to call North Carolina, but I have a 916 number. 916. Is it? I know Whitey wasn't here to do the tequila.
Hold
Mr.
on.
Butler, man, next time you want to come in, we got to make sure we do
Here we go. We got a phone call going in.
I don't hear him on my headset, though. There he is. That's on my headset. The marvels of technology.
He's not answering. You might have been right. Hello?
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 Hello, is this Mr. Kostecki?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Kostecki, this is Racing Jason and Marky T from On the High Side. How are you, buddy?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Doing great. It's been a long time since we've got to hang out, and Mr. Mark didn't think I could get you on the phone to talk to us here.
Yeah, it's been a while, and we've been going pretty good over here, and just being known as a family team, and we've won 2 races this year and had a bunch of top 5s and top 10s. So it's
Son,
been pretty good over here.
You didn't just win 2 races. Tell everybody where you won your first race at.
Yeah, well, I actually won my first race at Lake Havasu in California. So
right.
Yeah.
And then where did you go?
Pardon?
And then where did you win? But you won at Rockingham, dude.
Yeah.
You won in Rockingham. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing over there in the East and how it's going, and tell us a little bit about who you're hooked up with over there.
Yeah.
Run the UARA Lake Mall Series, and that's a pretty tough series over here. So we competed there for the first half of the year, which was last year, and we ran a couple of top 10s. Didn't run as well as we wanted to. So once we finished out, the second half of the season, we got a new car for 2013, and ended up qualifying second in my first race, and ended up being one of the fastest cars and being one of the cars to beat. It was just, trying to get to the finish line, and as soon as we got to the finish line,
Well, that's really cool that, I know your dad works hard and he's got some great people over there. And I'm really glad to know that you're doing as well as you are. I got the chance to work with you a couple times out here. I know Mark follows you quite a bit, and we all kind of lost touch with you there for a while. So thank you very much for doing what you've done for our sport, and we look forward to seeing you pretty soon.
Yeah, and I hope you guys are going good, and hope California's good, and they've still got all the local tracks open there, and hopefully all the racing still continues over there.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much for being part of On the High Side with Racing Jason and Marky T. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mark, sometimes, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes you just get a little out of. We got to get you to lift every now and then, right, buddy?
I need some direction.
Don't we all a little bit?
Some notes written.
But what I do know is that we have a local guy here. He comes on our show every week.
Thirsty.
Yeah, I am too. So can we get our bartender in here?
Is it tequila time?
It's tequila time.
I thought I was gonna get a girl this time.
Yeah, I thought we were. We got him. Look at him right here.
I don't look good in ties or my bad.
Dave Hansen, Muerto Tequila.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. First of all, I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, Authority Heating and Air, Economy Heating and Air, Roger Bracken, Bill McAnally, Mike Ney, Eclipse Racing, MT, Max Graphics. I'd like to give a shout out to the Butlers, Billy and Bobby, Mr. Nick Lyons, Rich Lindgren, all you guys that are bad, fast, and local. Appreciate everybody's support. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come, and I'm not worthy of these guys' their talent, but we're growing tequila company right here in town, and hopefully you'll see us on a couple of their race cars here shortly. They obviously know what they're doing, and they have a great taste in tequila.
Live Death Tequila.
That's good juice.
It's not good juice, it's great juice.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. So we haven't taken the time, Mr. Mark, to thank our sponsors tonight like we should have, but I know if you're on the highside.net, you're actually seeing them on the bottom.
Yeah, Roseville Autosmock, autosmock.com.
Yeah, we stopped over there today, and we seen the people over there, and it was really cool. It was really fun. John Mamula, we can't thank you enough for what we got, and you've been a big part of it, so thank you very much.
Yes,
and
thanks, Sean Mamula.
Next, we got to give a shout-out to Muerto Tequila.
Tequila, man. Like tequila.
It's there. We all kind of have our own. Yeah, it's you can breathe like a dragon when you're done, I'm sure. But we also need to thank our friends at Economy Heating and Air. We stopped over there and we seen the real deal Terry Deal at his shop right next to his picture on the door, dude.
I know, man, it's pretty bold to put your mug on a door, but when you're that handsome and you got pretty blue eyes, you might as well.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
When you got it,
flaunt it. So,
Authority Heating and Air, Dave Campbell.
Yeah, Authority Heating and Air, Dave is great. Dave has done a lot of things for the show, but Dave has done more for the team. We took Dave to Ukiah this weekend. Can't say enough. He's a great driver. Didn't get frustrated. We'd never been there. We had planned on going to another racetrack 10 minutes before it's time to go out on the racetrack for the first practice. The boys are shoving the right gear in the car. So, we got to thank Dave for being patient with us when we changed gears like that, but it all worked out in the end.
Definitely. And then
we got OMG Yogurt.
H&L Towing.
H&L Towing. Dane, those guys are great. They're into that Pro 4 stuff, boy. They're going to next year. Dane's talking about building some big motors and
yeah, with that Whitey Butler call, man, we really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to sponsor, you have a small business, you want you to have your logo mentioned here on the high side, we're probably going to do a nice banner once we get an official primary sponsor, maybe 2 of them. We're talking in discussions with a couple local companies.
Yeah, a couple local companies to help us out.
We love food. We'll go out to lunch with them next week.
Yeah.
See if we can't upgrade our whole presentation with the On the High Side, this podcast.
Yeah.
It's a nice, more formal backdrop. Add some logos to our website down around the side.
One thing that we want to start on the high side is we're going to kind of start these couple little deals. We're going to kind of go on the chip with Marky T. We're going to let you loose, buddy. Every couple shows, we're going to give you 2 minutes on the time clock to let it know.
Crew Chief Corner with you.
Yeah, we're going to do a little Crew Chief Corner with me and
maybe a little dose of dirt with fish.
Yeah, we could get fish over here.
Yeah.
what I want to do is take this chance to ask everybody on our Facebook, our Twitter, email, send us some ideas. Give us, let us know what you guys want to hear. We're here for you. We're not here for us. Obviously, my voice is going because I've been sick, but we're here to help you help us. So tell us what you need us to do.
Once again, we're going to plug the local events. The upcoming events will be the Pumpkin Smash, the Poker Tournament, the Texas Hold'em, the Turkey Bowl down in Delta Speedway, Stockton, California, and the K&N Pro Series race, Kern County.
That's going to be a good race down there, boy.
And the King of the West Sprint Cars in 2 weeks, November 2nd at the Stockton 99 Dirt Track.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to everything we've got going on. We did that whole vintage classic thing, and we did the show. I mean, I'm loving it. And I think we've got a good thing going on. So if you guys can help us, give us some topics that you want to hear about. Unfortunately, here in the next couple of weeks, the racing's going to fall off the earth.
No, we have a lot of drivers to talk to, man. We'll do our best to wrap up the season with their journeys in 2013,
right?
Their adventures and stuff. Because I know we start the season out a certain way,
right?
We definitely ended a totally different way than we expected. So I'm curious to see about the 2013 story from a few of our friends, some of our fellow drivers.
Yeah, exactly. And we're looking forward to all the positive things we can do to help racetracks, and people that we can let say their piece, like the Tony Nocettis and the John Javidins and the Dave Fiori. Let them put it out there what they need to help us help them, so we'll be going the right direction.
Yeah, let's say being a native of San Jose, not having the San Jose Speedway, the original San Jose Speedway closed down, then having the dirt track closed down as well because of mismanagement for whatever reasons is really a sad state of affairs.
Right.
We had a beautiful facility in San Jose, a 3/8 mile dirt track, a half mile, and a 1 mile for the flat track.
Yeah, them flat tracks are crazy, man.
And hopefully come next year, we'll do some Little Ice Cycle Bowl. We'll definitely probably get up to Fast Fridays and do some Speedway
that's
bikes.
fun, dude. But I'm only going when they got them guys on the sidecars.
They loves the sidecars.
Hitting each other, knocking them off like dominoes. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So we'll do our best, man. We'll just spread the wealth. This weekend we'll be down to Turkey Bowl for myself. Jason's going to head down to Kern and field the car for Star Poli. And we're going to go out to Delta Speedway. Yeah,
so I don't think there's much more we wanted to talk about tonight on the show, but other than thank everybody to thank everybody for what we're doing, you know what I mean, and helping us with what we're doing. This show is taped in front of a live studio audience, guys, and I don't. You have to thank the people that come here every week and they kind of support us and pep us up before we're ready to go do it. I think I'm getting studio bombed right here by the tequila guys. Studio bombing.
3 weeks in now, we're getting a little more comfortable. We got a little format. We got a little stage.
Yeah. How about my pit cart deal, right?
I had this idea. We got Speedway Illustrated. Here it is. Even in Dick Burkhart's magazine, it says what it takes to fill the grandstands.
That's right. That's a pretty awesome car right there. Stuart Friesian's a pretty cool kid. I had the chance to race with him when he was just a little guy.
I haven't got a chance to read this, but on page 32 is how to fill the grandstands. Speedway Illustrated, Dick Burkhart's magazine. Yeah.
So thank you very much to everybody that's tuned in. We hope we covered it. Does anybody paying attention? Any of our studios? Anybody paying attention to the number of KWSs we have on the Facebook page? You need 24 or number 83, and I see Eric Ray over there on his phone. He wants them tickets down.
You can just keep doing it if you'd like. KWS. I'm not going to limit your entries.
We're not going to limit your entries. Yeah, you guys, you gotta help us with our sponsors. All of our sponsors want to be known and recognized and know that we're doing our job to make them known and recognized.
I'm only 2 away from 2,300 on my Facebook.
Come on, buddy. I got 7,500. What are you lacking, man?
We had 505 on the high side page.
Yeah, but more importantly, let's see what we can do for the Real Deal, Terry Deal, and the Economy Heating and Air Facebook. The Morto Girls got their own page, man. It's probably better than the Morto page, but you got to like those things to let the sponsors know. I know Dave's got a deal with Authority Heating and Air, and we need to let them know that we're doing what we can. We need to let them know. There's only 71 comments.
Hey, but that's 71.
That's 12 away from where we need to be.
That's it. I didn't pick the number. Gary Thomas, man.
Come on. If we can get to 100, I will give a ticket to whoever can get to 100 to go play paintball with you and I.
Well, Whitey Butler tried to call back, but I said I'm trying to be on mute. Let me check mine real quick. We can.
100, you get to come play paintball.
I'm so unprepared.
If you get 100, you get to come play paintball with us.
Oh, Taylor, over here, Janice with the hiccups.
So, So, you know, Mark, thank you very much for coming. If we get 100, we get 100. I'd love to see it. Hopefully we do. They get to come get shot by a paintball gun. You and I know you and I are just gonna get. Yeah, we're just gonna get a chair and sit out
Lambert's
there.
Lambert's a gun enthusiast too. I like Chris. He's a big target.
So thank you very much for tuning in.
Yes, and thanks for tuning into the high side, man. Racing Jason
and Marky T. Yes, and you'll see us again next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, man. We'll do this all over again. We'll try to fill another hour of some racing information and knowledge, some results from the Turkey Bowl, of course.
So, in closing for this week, again, go to our Facebook, our Twitter, our email address. Give us some ideas of what you guys want to hear. We got a YouTube channel. You can check out some videos. I think we got a video from Andy Vanderveer. Might have a little sun problem in it, but we talked to the pit steward at Ukiah. There's a lot of cool people on there, so check it out.
I know you guys had to use the Ion cameras as grabbing some different kind of footage, so we'll do out through the best throughout the week to post a few things for you guys to watch and entertain yourselves with.
Right, and we'll see you right back here
on the high side.